Okay, good morning, everybody. Today's date is, hold on, let me show you the date. Today's date is July 26, 2021. My name is Leslie Williams. I live in San Diego, California. I'm a target victim and activist concerning the continued criminal expeditions of what is known as gang stalking. What you're about ready to see and hear are absolutely directly connected to the crime of gang stalking. Let's see if this video, when I press play, let's see if it stops playing. Let's see if it stops playing. What I'm trying to do in this particular video is to prove evidence. Okay, now if it stops playing, the reason why I'm playing it is to play the section of the video dedicated to showing Dr. Catherine Horton and Romola D discuss what? These non-consensual remote neuromonitoring islands implants that are in my eyes, and both of them, they're still there. So you're going to hear in real-time evidences, exposures, detailed exposures of some of the additional ways that these RNM islands implants are being used. So if this friggin' video stops, well, anyone at any time can feel free to go to Google and type in at Google, gang stalking, cell phone jamming, cell phone signal jamming. Listen to this and listen to it well. Okay? I'll tell you how to get to this video after you hear this part. Listen very carefully.
They do have self-assembling nanotech, and there are videos now on YouTube which will show you how these tiny little thingies get together and start forming chains, and then they get progressively larger, and then they do precisely what you were talking about. You know, they kind of self-assemble into some kind of shape.
Yeah, exactly. I think what I have seen is certainly fibers growing. And that happens a lot. And actually, talking about diagnostics that people can do, I have seen, scans of people where they use ultraviolet light, known as black light, and you can see the fiber network under the skin. And this fiber network should not be, naturally, your body should not be reflecting, this sort of light, or should not be showing up under ultraviolet or under black light, but it does. And you can get black light torches, off Amazon, off the internet. The other thing is also in terms of diagnostics, something to do is if you feel that you have eye implants, you might not actually feel the object, but you have the feeling that your stalkers can look through your eyes. What you could have on your lens is thin film technology, completely transparent, completely, you wouldn't feel it. You wouldn't even feel the readout, which also sits on the white bit of your lens. But apparently these things do show up again under ultraviolet light, known as black light, and the way they reflect is different from your natural lens and the iris. They will reflect, I'm just in the meantime looking for an image of this, which I've seen in this book. They will reflect turquoise or purple, I think. And then here in this book, which you can also use for court, there's an image of people exactly with this setup. So this is the Eye of Horus effect, okay?
This is what Millicent reports as well. I reported on that in her article because she has information from medical doctors who actually examined her eyes and found something like a turquoise ring, I think.
Exactly. And here you can actually see what it looks like. And the idea is you can take the, this is why I should invest in this book, because you can scan this and put it straight into your quote bundle and then quote the book. But also you can do this diagnostic yourself. And once you know what it looks like, you can buy, a torch. Don't shine it straight into your eye, but you can reflect off it. And what this means is if you get this odd effect and compare it to people who are not targeted, what this means is you just have a very thin crystal layer on your lens. It's like thin film technology. It's transparent crystals, but they can be used as a readout. So it's almost like having a little, LCD camera lens, in your eye. And then, of course, they can see exactly what you can see as well,
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so important to sort of just speak openly about all of these things that people are reporting and people are finding, and for which we do indeed find evidence and correlation, in books like this, which are actually speaking openly about the technology that's out there. And because what we are actually reporting is, harmful, pernicious, non-consensual implantation of all of these medical devices and nanotech. So...
I think you might have to unmute Millicent.
Oh, okay.
That's when she was gone.
Did that do it? Not yet? Oh my goodness! So they're not letting me unmute Millicent.
I can still see the mute symbol.
Oh boy! I'm trying to unmute over here.
This is just a joke. I mean, really, the hacking is getting.
Yeah,
far.
this is hacking. It's definitely hacking because I'm not muting her here. Catherine, can you try from your end? Because I think you may have done it from your end where you muted her.
Unfortunately, I'm not a moderator in the studio call set controls. Yeah. No, now the symbol is gone. Now we should be able to hear her. Say something,
I'm going to just have
Millicent.
to hold it here.
I can't hear you, Millicent.
You can't?
Oh no! But the symbol is gone, but I still can't hear her. No, I can't hear you.
Oh my goodness!
Now, no.
Can you see me?
No, I still can't.
Oh.
Oh no! Not again.
Can I hear you?
Oh, yeah, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
You know what? I just realized something. They've moved the volume down. I did not do this myself. Can you hear me? I've just moved the volume up for all of us. Someone had moved it down. This is so bizarre. This is our control room, supposedly, on my desktop, and it's been moved down. So I moved it back up.
Wow.
So, Melissa, we were just talking about all of those different kinds of, implanted devices that you certainly have reported and you've found medical evidence for, right?
Right. And Melinda Kidder did it with the black light.
Yeah, I'm sorry, just before you start, can you turn the screen down? Because bit further. Okay, now I can see you. Thank you. Sorry, that's perfect.
That's bizarre. It's bizarre. I could not get my tablet repositioned so that it would show me. But Melinda Kidder used the black light to identify that purple ring around my iris. But when I'm wearing contact lenses, and contact lenses are as clear as plastic, as saran wrap, you can see the purple ring.
Wow. You mean somebody without any kind of,
right,
zooming in device like...
All right, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to fast forward just a couple of minutes here.
People, so maybe buy some. In Europe you have these disposable contact lenses, with no strength or barely any strength. You can buy it for a few people, so maybe buy some. In Europe you have these disposable contact lenses, with no strength or barely any strength. People, so maybe buy some. In Europe you have these disposable contact.
What I discovered was that when something is clandestine or when something comes under the clandestine label, it's even worse than above top secret or whatever.
Now they were just the last minute that you just heard. They were talking about regular contact lenses. They weren't talking about the biofilm remote neuromonitoring lens implants.
That even any awareness of it is not to be spoken about by anybody. So it's so thoroughly buried. So that's part, I think, of the kind of mystique that we are dealing with here with non-consensual implants and covert implantation, and the activities, the criminal activities of these dark agencies that are engaging in these dark ops, all over the place. So, but in any case, sorry, Catherine, your mic is turned off.
Ramon, move your screen. You are showing only part of your body.
I'm going to fast forward it again.
About by anybody. So it's so thoroughly buried,
I was talking, I couldn't actually unmute myself. But one of the things I wanted to throw in, and I know, for people who haven't been following this crime cartel for a very long time, it's always a bit, out there when I mention it. But you have to take into account what cartel signaling, so what the cartel itself puts out as advertising. And one of the things that I've shown before, but I will just remind people so that they have a mental image of what we're talking about. Cartel signaling occurs in music videos, and if you look at the Taylor Swift video called Ready for It, they actually show you these eye implants. Okay, so here it is. It's kind of like stylized, but that's exactly what we're talking about. And the person who has an eye implant on their lens they can be, if they don't know they have this eye implant, they can be shown all sorts of stuff. So here it kind of implies that, the person sees some sort of diagnostic, almost robotic sort of information. But the reason why I make such a big thing out of that is, first of all, the cartel has been advertising this for a very long time, quite blatantly, quite out there. Also, they're advertising it as something cool to have. Okay, so it's quite normal. I think a lot of the cartel members already have these eye implants, but if you do not know you have them, one of the things that they can play with you is that using artificial intelligence and fast algorithms, they can overlay images on the images that you see. So stuff that I've heard from victims is that suddenly you like look into the middle of your room and you see a crawling snake in the middle of your room. Now it's not there. It's just a projection onto this lens. Okay. It's just a little movie that appears and has been, broadcast in. But unless you know that it's just projected onto your lens, you will think, oh my God, there's a snake. Or you will think they make stuff appear into the room like a hologram, but it's actually just on your lens. And this is why you can see it. It's real in the sense that you have been shown it, as much as you seeing a movie is real, but it's not actually an object in the room. So this is things appearing in the room, could be something on your eye. Certainly, what's typical for the CIA and all intel agencies is anything that's threatening or to do with death and injury. So if you suddenly see dead people in your flat lying around and then disappearing, it's an eye, most likely an eye implant. But also the other thing is that they will try to give you the impression you've gone mad by, for example, overlaying devil's heads on people who you are talking to. So you are speaking to somebody and suddenly you're speaking to the devil or some really grisly face that has been overlaid. Now that is just CGI. It's computer generated, graphics and stuff like that. And that is just the kind of game they play with these stupid little implants. So,
they can also do CGI, can't they, through the BCI, CBI interfaces, the brain-computer interface. Yeah. Right? So they are pumping in synthetic images through the brain-computer interface. And again, that's the story of a brain chip. There's a neurochip involved, so there's an actual physical device.
Okay, now, so go if you want to watch this video in its entirety, what you want to do is go to Dr. Catherine Horton's YouTube channel. Okay, and then when you get to her YouTube channel, Dr. Catherine Horton, stop 007, what you would then want to do is scroll down to the playlist that's titled Techno Crime Fighters Forum. Click on it, and then here you go. Okay, now video number 51 also discusses these RNM eye lens implants as well, and I'm sure they're probably also discussed in many of the other ones. Now what I'm going to do right now is you just heard in this video that the book that was showcased, let me bring the book up real fast so you can see what it looks like. I got it right now, but it's just not in my physical possession. What you want to do is you want to go to Google, and let me just type something in here real fast. Bear with me a second. Okay, so this is what you want to type in at Google: brain implants and messages. That's the title, that's part of the title of a book that I'm getting ready to show you as I speak. Okay, now the book that she was showing in the video that you just got to hear in the audio from is this one, written by Dr. Hildegard Staninger. I'm going to bring it up so you can see it here real fast. There's her name at the bottom of it. The title of it is Global Brain Implant Chips and Messages, Nanomachines for Ultimate Control of False Memories. Now, I'm not going to go on that aspect of this video because then it would take up too much time. But what I am going to try and show you here is what you're seeing right here is a snap screenshot of a pictorial image that used to be on UnitedTargetIndividualsEurope.com's website back in 2009 and 10. And what you're seeing here is spinal column implants as well as a head implant in the back of the head. You're seeing I can't zoom in on this. Let me see if I can bring it up fast through my gallery because I got a snap screenshot of it in my gallery, so bear with me a second. Now, the biofilm remote neuromonitoring eye lens implants are these. They're in my eyes. Okay, you can see them right there. They became transparently visible as a result of them being pushed out due to eye fluid sacs and water sacs appearing on the surface of the eyes. as a direct result of being attacked with extremely high levels of electromagnetic weapons on the night of June 2nd, 2020, and up and through the next day, June 3rd, 2020, at 2 different areas, a wooded area and Vaughn's grocery store located in La Jolla, California, San Diego County. And so what that did was they were literally boiling my brain and my face, which is why you see these bubble sacks on the white part of the eyes. Now, what that did was it pushed the back part of the remote neural monitoring eye lens implants that are rested on the eyes, it pushed it out, making them transparently visible, caught in a live periscope broadcast, okay, on June 3rd, 2020. These are snap screenshots from that periscope video. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you a YouTube account. Let's see if I can bring it up. It's actually one of my YouTube accounts. And right here in your videos of Exposing Court YouTube channel is the video I made of the showing the periscope video playing in the video.
And then the camera on this phone is
so
on
it's
the
getting ready
right
to start. I'm
side,
going to show it to you real fast as soon as it starts.
So the camera is right on line side of it. So you ready? Here we go.
Okay. So you're going to see it right now. This is the periscope video being played as I'm making a video of the periscope video. So you're literally going to see them right now as I speak.
Take snap screenshots.
Alright, now hold on 1 second. Because for some reason my Bluetooth speaker turned off. You know, why did that occur? So you don't really need to hear what I say, you just need to watch.
Talking in the video. It's only 51 seconds long. What you're about to see is going to blow your mind. You ready? Here we go. Here it is. This and doesn't publish. Now I want you to look at me. Look at my left eye. You see a white, straight, light, bright line in the pupil, especially to the left of it, right here. Okay? Now, do you see one that's there on the right eye, on the right side of the pupil of the right eye, but it's a lot more faint, but it's definitely there. Now, if you look closely on the right eye, to the left side of the pupil on the right eye, which is this one right here, you're going to see a little light, white line. Look. Okay? Look. Now look at over here on the left eye.
Okay. So biofilm remote neural monitoring eye lens implants. You can go to Google and type in a Google ocular, OCCULAR, light crystal biofilm implants. They can send video streams to them, and what is sent to them, because the light crystals, what they basically do is it's just like pixels in a camera and how your TV operates. Here they are right here. So this proves 2 crimes. It proves the extreme electromagnetic weapons torture that caused the brain and to boil, and the eye fluid and the water in the eyes to bubble up just like you're boiling an egg. It pushed the back part of the remote neural monitoring eye lens implants out, making them visible. This is an email that was created on June 3rd, 2020, the day I discovered them, and I brought up the periscope video and took snap screenshots of them and sent those snap screenshots to my email account. Now, in the video I just played you, okay, that you just witnessed a minute ago, the Techno-Crime Fighters episode video number 58, it showed you that book written by Dr. Hildegard Staninger. Now, in the video, they went on to discuss, I'm referring again to this video right here.
Through the brain-computer interface, and again.
Okay, in this video right here, it literally just showed a page in the back part of that book that showed that if you take a black UV light, UV light, black light, flashlight, and shine them on your eyes in real time, it's going to show the pupil as turquoise. Now this is a photo taken from a video of me doing this to my eyes. And there you go. Okay, let me show you. That's the right eye right there, and this one right here is the left eye. Now I'm going to do it in real time so you can see this shit going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip this door closed. Okay, I'm going to zip it closed in order to make this environment I'm in right now as dark as possible. And I'm going to I'm going to take off my glasses. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this black UV light. All right, hold on a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this black UV light, and let's see if the zooming in on this camera is changed. Because you can see right now that the camera is set. Okay, the camera is set. So we're going to see there's nothing connected to my hand that will change the camera settings. Okay, so I'm taking this black UV light right now, and I'm going to turn the phone over, and I'm going to point them on both of my eyes, and your mind's going to be blown. Are you ready? Here we go. So now the camera is being pointed to the left eye. And now the camera is being pointed to the right eye. Ooh, wait a minute. See, my fellow American citizens, you just would not believe the sick shit that these filthy whores are projecting onto these ocular, light crystal, biofilm, remote neural monitoring islands implants. Now, in many of these videos, at least in 2 or 3 of them, dedicated to this playlist, Techno Crime Fighters Forum, from this YouTube channel, let's see if it gets shut down or any videos from it start disappearing. It literally goes on to show many of the sick, being detailed verbally, some of the sick, disgusting, vile shit that they project onto these islands implants. See, because like right now, you're watching this video. You're watching me point to my phone right now as a direct result of your retina processing this visual imagery to your optical nerve to the visual cortex. So let's go to Google for a second. Okay? And you should also know, if you got a brain-to-computer interface implant in you, let me bring that snap screenshot up real fast. I brought it up from my gallery. So what I'm going to do, hold on. What are you doing, boo-boo? I'll get that butt. That's one of my favorite squirrels. Hold on, let me feed him real fast. Where did it go? Okay, so anyways, so what this is right here, and you can type this in too. This right here, the blue line you see as a result of you following the tip of my finger, what that is that's a lead. That's an antenna that comes up from the implant that's implanted in midbrain, MID brain. Okay? And the implant, what it's doing is it's monitoring all the neurological and biological functions of the body. Because all your biological functions are monitored, okay, and expedited through the brain's processes. Hold on a second, my squirrel's here and she's freaking out. I gotta feed her. Hold on a second. Come here, baby. All right, precious honey. There you go, Angel. Look at my baby. Yeah, she's my little girl. That's right. Okay, so this is called BCI interface. So this is what remote neural monitoring interfaces with. And what they do is they send data to the brain, forcing the brain to experience anything and everything that they send to the brain. Disgusting, vile visual images to the visual cortex, like children being raped, adults being raped, extremely violent shit, people being assaulted in extremely disgusting, vile, traumatic ways. Child pornography is one of the main reported things they're sending to victims' brains, as well as recorded rapes, a whole bunch of really sick, disgusting, vile shit. Because these people are nothing but absolute animals who host this crime. Now, this is done, and you should also research in electronic synthetic dreams. This right here is an ear implant. Where it's reported this is used to assist in auditory brain entrainment. Gang stalking victims are reporting all over the internet to be reporting being forced to hear nonstop, identical, repeated abuse, nonstop, identical, repeated words and phrases as a result of the computer sending this shit to them, and then it's heard in the audio cortex. So let's go to Google for a second. And what I'm going to do is use Google microphone, and I'm going to say something. Bear with me. Remote neural monitoring, visual images. All right, hold on. So let me just do one more thing here. I got to go back because it didn't pick up the part where I said visual images. Visual images, remote neural monitoring. Okay. So when you research remote neural monitoring on the internet, and there's thousands and thousands of posts concerning it, what these little sick, filthy whores are doing is sending the most sick, disgusting, demonic, depraved, sick shit to the victim, okay, in order to force the victim's mind to see things. And while that can be going on, they can simultaneously use voice to skull to force the victim to hear in their audio cortex. Like, let me give you an example about how sick these fucks are. Say if they staged a brutal rape of a woman or a man. When the place that the rape is taking place at, they'll fucking set up a video camera and video record the rape. And then what they'll do is take sections of that videotaped rape and they'll transmit them back into the visual cortex of the victim to force the mind to see their own body being raped in real time. As that's occurring, it's reported they'll use voice to skull to harass the victim by transmitting things like, did you have him raped? Did you have her raped? She's got to learn who's boss. This is how sick and disgusting your sick bitch, wild, filthy ass whore government is. They're nothing but complete criminally insane animals. Now, this is done in order to put the brain in a traumatized, disassociated state while they're visually training the brain and auditorily training the brain as a direct result of what the visual cortex and audio cortex is processing that they're sending through remote neural monitoring and voice to skull. They'll create artificial synthetic dreams where the victim's own physical image is incorporated within it, showing the victim begging to suck the dick of extremely ugly and vile-looking people. Now, let me tell you something right now, my fellow American citizens. These six iconic... How do you think they're creating the electronic synthetic dreams? By using CGI, computer graphic imagery, augmented reality, and virtual reality software. Abso-fucking-lutely. These are literally the most sickest, demonic, criminally insane wild animals that have ever walked this fucking planet. Now, they know you can't prove this because they control the hospitals, the doctors, the medical clinics, private doctors included. Who are the main implicated hosts of this crime? Who do you think they could be? The DOD is who. The following is who is massively implicated: the DOD, the CIA, the DIA, the NSA, DARPA, and much more.
And create a full...
Okay, so I want you to listen to this. Hold on one second. Alright, I gotta reset the Bluetooth speaker back up because they fucking turned it off. Alright, hold on one second. Give me a second. See, if they can remotely, neurally, visually, and auditorily train you through remote neural monitoring and their CGI, okay, videographic capabilities, then they know that they can auditorily and visually train you remotely. Okay? Because if they can auditorily and visually train you remotely, do you think that they would rely on that instead of staging periodic staged events towards you over time? Because they fucking know you got a video camera. Absolutely. They know you got a tape recorder. So if they say to themselves, how are we then going to achieve the visual and auditorial brain entrainment if we keep staging physical assaults and rapes and robberies against the person who's got recording capabilities? Okay, so I'm trying to connect the Bluetooth speaker right friggin' now. Hold on a second. Right now I'm trying to... let me bring this down here a second. I'm trying to... what I'm trying to do right now is set this up so that a following video... Bear with me a second. Okay, so why isn't this turning on? Bear with me a second. Now, I'm getting ready to play you a very significant part of the beginning of a video. And this is wasting too much of my time right now trying to connect this Bluetooth speaker. I find it interesting that it's not connecting at the same time landscape noise just started. Okay? Now, why am I trying to connect it? Because I wanted to be able to play through it, which you're about ready to hear. Okay? So I'm going to bring this video up, and you want to listen to what's said at the very beginning of it. Let's see if it won't come up.
A full 120.
Okay, so it finally came out.
Okay, welcome back. Now, if you look at the headlines at Rents, you'll find a number of stories that are very important. They're certainly germane to this next guest and what we're going to be talking about. They have to do with mind manipulation. I won't say mind control, but mind manipulation. There is now technology admitted that can take software and create, and you'll find the story in headlines. I want you to look for this and look at the YouTube video. It'll take any idea, a suggestion of a human physiognomy, that's a face, and create a full 120% believable human face in living color that doesn't exist. When you look at the video, every single face you see in that video was created by software. They all look like different people, every single one of them. Every one of them.
So basically what he's saying, let me tell you something, it's not just faces. They can take the entire physical representation from head to toe of anybody, put it within a computer software program, and then create a back landscape drop, like a back landscape drop of an area, project the people's images onto it, and then have these images play out roles. Just like you're watching a fucking movie. So they can take your image, my image, and a bunch of other people's images, put it within the software program, and then have them act out in specific ways. Like men raping a woman. The physical representation of a female gang stalking victim on her knees begging 10 men to let her suck their dick. Your own physical image. This is how sick and disgusting these psychotic rats are. And they're able to send these visual images to the backside of the biofilm ocular remote neuromodulating lens implants. So whatever is seen is processed in the brain, and then that creates a visual entrainment. These are the most demonic mass murdering wild animals that have ever walked this fucking planet. Ever. They're absolutely criminally insane. You need to watch this video. Absolutely. I made this video because if we allow sick, disgusting, filthy animals to dictate endlessly our life experiences as a direct result of them remotely interfacing with victims, then how can you stop it? How do you think you can stop it? Because they don't allow you to prove any of the implants through hospitals, doctors, radiology tests. And who's the main reported whore that's preventing that? The DHS. Have a good day.